Two guys that are both very capable, both have proven that they can win and take this team to the playoffs. Ray Rhodes hopes to make a decision in the next couple of weeks. On the offensive line at left tackle, you've got incumbent Barrett Brooks, a 3-year starter, trying to fend off last year's first-round draft pick, Jermaine Mayberry. On the inside, 3 guys. Holdover Joe Panos and 2 newly acquired free agents, Ian Beckles and Mike Zandowski, battling for those 2 spots. And then on the defensive line, how is Andy Harmon's knee going to hold up? Can Mike Mamula elevate his game to the next level to be a dominant player? And first-round pick this year, John Harris, how long will it take him to develop into an impact player? They also acquired Jimmy Jones. How long will it take him to make an impact? Can he have the same impact that he had for the Cowboys earlier in his career when he helped them win a couple Super Bowls?
So lots to be sorted out indeed. Now let's get the Meadowlands. 11:38 remaining, opening quarter, no score. Eagles and Jets. And the Eagles had the ball for the first time after the 37-yard punt and 17 yards net from Hansen. And Ty Detmer at quarterback goes to the air, and Jason Dunn, who will be in the spotlight, the tight end, is brought down by Pepper Johnson, who is the middle line. From the 25, the Jets employ the shotgun again and 4 wide receivers. O'Donnell flips it short, and Leon Johnson is brought down back at the 15-yard line by Darren Smith, who saw that one develop all the way.
And you mentioned the speed and the savvy and the experience of a guy like Darren Smith. Once he read that play, he made a beeline right to the running back and came up with a good play on 3rd down, forcing a punting situation. Let's take one.
He says he's in great shape, good attitude, of course. He figures that if he has another big year, as in seasons past, the contract situation will take care of itself. It certainly will. So on 1st and 10, Detmer has all kinds of time to hit his receiver on the far side of the field for what turns out to be a short gain. So Garner brings it in, and Flynn on the stop.
You know, and spending some time at training camp this week and watching Ty Detmer and Rodney Peete, they don't hold the ball very long in this offense. They have a good feel for the offense, where the receivers are. This offense is predicated on getting 5 guys out as often as you can and not holding the ball very long.
Rodney Peete prowling the sidelines to get his chance to try to impress the coaching staff as the running play on 2nd down and 6 comes up to make the stop.
Take a look at Ty Detmer's numbers last year. Played very effectively coming off the bench. Struggled a little bit towards the end. Played better early on, but still had to consider that a very successful campaign in his first time as a starter last year. Took him into the playoffs. Again, you take a look at Rodney Peete, and that's hard. You come out, you warm up before the game, you're loose, you're ready to go, then you got to go put the baseball hat on and wait for a quarter. That's tough.
So 3rd and 3, and the quick release and the completion. Irving Fryer brings it in. Green brings him down, but another first down for the Eagles. Fryer coming off of a huge year
for the Eagles.
Detmer 4 out of 5 passing thus far as Waters takes the handoff and gains maybe 1.
Catches like that, you kind of store that in the back of your mind as a quarterback and say, you know, when you've got to go for the tough throw, when you got to get the completion, you can count on a guy like Irving Fryer.
Turner in motion right on 2nd down and 9. Detmer again has time, but throws this one right into the hands of Aaron Glenn, who works his way back upfield to the 20-yard line, has blockers to the 30, pointing the way, still on his feet. Glenn has open running area, 30, 20, 10, 5. Aaron Glenn returns it for the touchdown. 97 yards. Weaving his way down the field.
Visited with John Gruden, the offensive coordinator, yesterday. He was making that point that they had 26 or 27 batted balls last year with both Ty Detmer and Rodney Peete. They thought by getting Steve Everett and kind of fortifying the middle, they'd be able to prevent some of those inside blitzes that hurt them a lot. John Gruden on the bottom of the screen there, the offensive coordinator, and Everett, of course, is not playing tonight because of the knee injury. Bubba Miller is in there at center, and that time Pepper Johnson really hurt him with the inside blitz.
Yeah, Pepper came flying in there seemingly at the last moment and leaped high in the air and altered that pass. So Ricky Waters, check that. Charlie Garner takes the hand
and came back with a renewed enthusiasm about the game of football, kind of found his love for the game again, kind of fought through some of the distractions of last season, and is ready to have a big year for the Eagles.
So Garner joins Turner in the backfield, and Detmer with the play fake, and on the slant, the completion to Michael Timpson, who takes it to the third.
They have great expectations for Bobby Hoying, but the bottom line is when the final cuts are made, the Eagles are going to have to turn loose a pretty good quarterback this year, one way or another.
Now, how does the practice squad roster the 5 players that have to go to that practice squad? And other teams, I'm sure, are going to try and pick off some of those people.
Well, you know, I think that the one thing about the Eagles, and Ray Rhodes has said he feels this is the best team that they've had since he's been here. They've got more depth. They've got more talent across the board. And you can only keep 53. You can keep 5 on your practice squad, some of the younger players. But the bottom line is they're going to have to let some players go that are going to make other football teams.
54 yards. And had that 1 interception returned. I hadn't seen him play in person since junior high. Ty Detmer on his brother Coy out of Colorado.
Alone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, and Robert De Niro. Copland, rated R. Starts Friday, August 5th.
The quarterback. Give him the opportunity to make plays. As we just saw earlier in the show, we saw Kerry Collins get a shot because Bill Romanowski came clean. I don't think you'll see that happen in St. Louis because Dick Vermeil will go to a 2-back set. He'll make sure that the protection is there. And he's also improving on the fumbles. As you'll see right here, you can see Tony Banks, who had a problem last year with the fumbles. This is a correctable mistake. And I will guarantee, if you look here, you see the separation in his hands. The ball is in the ground. And, of course, Arizona recovers the fumble. You see down here in the goal line where you really have to ride your center, you have to make sure that you stay with him up in the line. And Tony Banks, as I said, his problem is correctable real easy, Mike. If you look like this, thumbs have to be together. Have to be together. What happens is Tony Banks rides with the right hand, causes separation, as you can see. The ball hits him in the belly, fumble. With Dick Vermeil, it's correctable.
That's not happening. It's fundamentals from day one in camp. And Steelers.
Cordell Stewart, Colorado quarterback. His team was down by 5 points to Michigan until this. An extraordinary victory for the man who was drafted the following year by the Pittsburgh Steelers. His football skills were not limited to quarterback. Flash was the nickname he was given when his talents allowed the Steelers to play him and list him as quarterback / running back / receiver. Cordell Stewart can play them all at the NFL level, but after 2 years of filling different roles, quarterback has always been what he's wanted to be, and the opportunity of a lifetime is now at hand.
I love to take the responsibility. I love to have it on my shoulders as far as being the guy. Pressure is when I respond at my best. I mean, that's when I feel I can go out and really do some things. I mean, because things start speeding up a little bit, guys start running all over the place. How does it feel to be the starter? It just feels natural. I mean, it feels normal. I'm just a happy camper right now.
That's because the Steelers have made Cordell Stewart their #1 quarterback. It's the job he's always wanted. And tonight he leads the Steelers, his team, against the Philadelphia Eagles on this NFL preseason special. Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Temperature about 82 degrees here at 8 o'clock in the evening, local time. A slight rain has been falling, and we expect showers over the course of the evening as the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Philadelphia Eagles on an NFL preseason special. Really long.
Is coming into the game with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. So Rodney Peete was supposed to have played the first quarter, and out he comes after 10 minutes. And Detmer now takes over at the 6-yard line. And the catch is made by Timpson, and he's taken down by the rookie Scott, the #1 draft pick out of Maryland, a gain of 8. So a 1-for-1 start for Ty Detmer, who won the Heisman Trophy as a junior. And Rodney Peete coming out a little earlier than anybody expected tonight.
And the Eagles going right at the rookie #1 pick, the cornerback Chad Scott, who will be a starter for the Steelers. They've worked on him already early in the game. They come right back when they need a completion. A short completion to get Ty Detmer into the game.
2nd and 3. Up at the 14-yard line, and Charlie Garner picks his way up to the 16-yard line. Earl Holmes, number 50, and on the stop, a little short of the first down. 3rd and a yard upcoming.
That really was a surprise change because we were told that Rodney was going to go the entire first quarter, and Detmer didn't have a chance to warm up on the sidelines. All of a sudden, he's putting his helmet on and coming in.
Well, we can't speak Ray Rhodes, what's happening in Ray's mind, but I think it's fair to say he's not very happy that Rodney Peete dropped that football.
And this is not Detmer at the 40-yard line. 2:03 left in the quarter. And Detmer throws, and the pass is right there, but Michael Timpson drops it at the 50-yard line. I don't know whose mic was open, saying it might have been Timpson.
They brought him in as a unprotected free agent last year, and he took over for Rodney Peete when Peete was injured in the 5th game and had a really fine season leading the Eagles to the playoffs.
2nd and 10, and that pass is caught at the 50, and sorry about that, he did catch it. Mike Timpson at the 50.
Something going here in quarter number 2.
Warner tries to turn it back. Nope.
Not against Black. Bear down and plant that thing on the angle.
2nd and 9. Boy, he bought a lot of time, and a great pass to Timpson for the touchdown. Spun Chad Scott around so the rookie gets beat, but a great play fake by Detmer to buy a ton of time, and then a perfect pass and a 24-yard touchdown.
That's why they brought Timpson in. They got him as a free agent from the Chicago Bears. He had 62 receptions for the Bears a year ago. We remember him in New England. Back in '94, he had 74 receptions. He can work underneath. He can take it deep, as he did right there, and good pass by Ty Detmer. He hasn't hurt himself in the race to be the starting quarterback tonight.
And if Chad Scott made one mistake, he was just a little tardy in turning around to identify the position of the football.
Yep, 3rd year in the league, and he is the man. So anointed. Meanwhile, the Eagles still looking for a number 1. Jason Dunn, a bull of a tight end, picks up the first down. They love this guy, and they think he can be a big part of the offense this year. 2nd-year man out of Eastern Kentucky
That can catch the football.
His point of view, and Alex always has a point of view.
Never short of one.
2nd down and 7. As Kevin Turner.
So then, with that kind of hovering over his head.
3rd and inches, and Detmer will keep it himself and pick up the youngster.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Staley, let me tell you something. He's got the squad made. He's here for a while.
From the 27-yard line. And the catch is made. Nice toe dance by Michael Timpson along the sideline for a pickup of.
Maybe he didn't scrape it.
2nd and 2. Detmer throws, and the catch is made by Timpson up at the 45-yard line for a first down.
In his career.
Waters. Gains 5. Myron Bell makes the tackle. Talked to Ray Rhodes last night. Said you've won 10 games in each of your first 2 seasons. So how do you take it now to 12 or 13 and advance in the playoffs? He said we need an improved offensive line, top play from our quarterbacks, more pressure from our defensive line, and stronger secondary play. And they really haven't gotten any of that tonight.
No.
2nd down and 4. Waters tripped up, gain of a yard and a half.
In a preseason, Orpheus Roy was the gentleman who said hello to Todd.
2nd and 10. Whitney Waters from Ohio State. 3rd down and 4. Detmer showing mobility and agility and a good passing arm as Michael Timpson makes the catch and picks up the first down.
Real good scramble by Detmer there. He was under a lot of pressure. Very coolly rolled to the outside, avoided the tackle, and picks up the first down. Very cool. Here comes the pressure from behind. He still was able to get the completion, and Simpson once again. Simpson having a big night.
Simpson's caught 7 passes tonight. Ricky Waters is over the right side.
From last year, after replacing Rodney Peete, he threw it for over 400 times.
2nd and 9. Detmer underneath and off the hands of Jason Dunn. The quarterback situation at halftime. 3rd down and 9. And it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Irving Fryer. Irving Fryer got position on Randy Fuller, got inside him, and then Detmer slings it right in there for the score with 24 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, a little concern now over Fryer. He's slow getting up now. He's up. Fryer with 11 touchdowns in his career year last year, 88 receptions. Now he's well over 600 receptions for his entire career. Still can break, make a quick cut, break for the ball.
And Detmer delivered it nice and low and away from Randy Fuller. Really a perfectly delivered ball on the part of Ty Detmer.
This is what they did so well last year. Orpheus Roy knocks down Detmer. Oof.
And it took Ty a good 10 or 15 seconds to get up. Pittsburgh was arguing that during Pryor's catch as he was rolling, the ball hit the ground.
Eagles take a timeout.
Job thrown in for Kerry Collins, and here the Panthers are really fortunate. They won't have to change their offense one bit, and Berline is truly a proven commodity. Carolina should be fine, but Dom Capers is anxious to see the execution and intensity that won the NFC West. And you know something, Michael?
On Ty Detmer, who is not looking over his shoulder anymore, or at least he wasn't last night. Detmer 13 of 20, 113 yards. That's a 20-yard touchdown pass to Irving Fryer. Ty Detmer, his first NFL start was against the New York Giants. He returns to the Meadowlands in 2 weeks.
If we're a little bit sharper on a couple, maybe it's a different ball game. So